You know you've officially made it when you're on the television in the Neca Toys Toyfair booth. Welcome back, everyone. Toy Shiz here, and Toyfair 2025 has concluded. All 4 days of this madness, and give or take 1 or 2 days before, because there were lots of companies vying for that top spot of who's going to have the best reveals, who's going to make the biggest splash in New York City. And I have to say, for me, there were a ton of great reveals, but today in particular, we are going to be talking about the Neca Toys booth, of which there were lots of reveals that I, for one, am very excited about. We're also going to be talking about the Target Holathon releases that are going to be hitting sometime in April. People that talk loudly in bathrooms, it's always to my benefit. I love knowing when the next Holathon is going to be. It's fantastic. Wink, wink, wink. Here's everything that will be available for the Target Holathon come April, which is all nice and neat on these little shelves front and center for everyone to see when you go inside the Neca booth. Now, first and foremost, to start the tour, we're going to be heading to Sesame Street. Lots to talk about, lots to show off, lots of things that we've already known about. Sesame Street is not my thing. I love Sesame Street. I think as a kid, if I remember correctly, it was a very long time ago. Every kid liked Sesame Street. Everybody liked Big Bird and Bert and Ernie, Grover. I think I like Grover the best. And then you had Elmo. But the new reveals are quite astounding. I will say this. Even though they're not my thing, they're beautifully sculpted. They are wonderful looking action figures. They look like the puppets, and that's all that matters, and I know that a lot of people are very stoked. Keep in mind, the Count will be first to market for the Target Holathon. Now, the first reveal, which I think is pretty cool if you want a build-out set, is the Sesame Street sign. That's awesome on the lamppost, along with various accessories. The letter T, I love that they're putting in all the letters, and you got a shoe and other little Muppets and whatnot. But this is the ultimate Oscar the Grouch. Pretty darn cool, right? Who doesn't love Oscar the Grouch? But the big one everyone was talking about was Big Bird. That's what the B is for. He comes with an alternate head portrait. It's still pending licensor approval. They always got to put that in there. You get the sketch, you get the bear, and you get a truly big bird. The paint and the sculpt on this thing is amazing. They did a fantastic job. That is ridiculously spot on. It's fully articulated, all of it. And then we are going to be getting hairy monsters. So you get the little miniature monster doll, and then you get hairy monster. Again, the look of it, the felt, the material that makes up these puppet Muppets, everything else, they did a fantastic job. So these are all coming soon, sometime in the future. To continue on with the Ninja Turtles, of which they're going to be kind of peppered in through this video. This is another line, another wave of figures that are coming eventually. There's no set time. Just keep that in mind for most of this video. But it's the 2012 Ninja Turtles. Leonardo looks fantastic. The Foot Soldier looks fantastic. The way that Neca Toys has captured the CGI look made it make sense in the tone of the series and the tone of these toys. You got the Professor Chicken. I believe that was the name of that thing. It's like a chicken with a mutated brain. You got the facial expressions. You have Donatello. You have that, again, the CGI look, like the crest of the nose to the rest of the face. It looks awesome, as does Shredder. I really have, we'll say, no notes on these. I think that they look fantastic. I was a fan of the 2012 show. Even the Krang there, right? It was kind of spelled a little bit differently, but the Krang, that was what they were called in this version of Ninja Turtles. They both look amazing, as does this. We'll say the Super Foot Soldiers is the one with the extra arms. These were mechanical too. It looks great. You have Raphael. He's going to come with his pet turtle Spike, which that eventually mutates and becomes Slash. I wouldn't put it past them to see those characters as well eventually. But Raphael looks good. I remember Sean Astin. Rudy, he was the voice of Raphael. I like all the cracks in his shell right there. Very cool. To come with the cheese, right? Something, unless it fell off another figure, but yeah, seemingly so. Then we have Ice Cream Kitty, which is all kinds of terrifying. But I have to say, out of all of them, I think they really captured that sweet, innocent look of Michelangelo. He was awesome in that series. I'm gonna just blow all your minds right now. I have no interest in these figures, but they look amazing. Now, moving on, more turtles. More turtles, you say? Well, these are up my alley. These are the Stan Sakai designed TMNT. I love the colors. I love the facial expressions on these. They look really darn cool, I have to say. Just the subtleness of the black line work. It's not overly done, anything like that. It's just the right amount to kind of bring the illustrations, and I love the way Raphael's size fit into his belt. There is also going to be another Usagi Yojimbo. He looks fantastic. One of the best ones to date. There's been a lot of Usagis, but at least he has a little pet dino right there. It's got the little armor. That's all amazing. They look fantastic. The color looks fantastic. Well done on Usagi, especially. Michelangelo, I love it. Again, much like Raph with the weapon storage, his nunchucks go right in the front. It just looks cool. But that facial expression really lends itself well to this whole Stan Sakai designed turtles. That's just really cool. It's that art style lends itself so well to a toyetic action figure nature. You have Leonardo, the way the katanas are. You have a grit and teeth, mouth, face, more subtle. It's cool. I love it. These are all fantastic. These are definitely turtles that I want. As many Ninja Turtles as I have in the collection. What's 4 more in a rabbit, right? Now, we did already know about the dinosaur Shote. He's from the Mirage line. He will be coming soon eventually, we'll say. Maybe around summer, end of summer, around that time period. We had a new reveal in terms of another Ninja Turtles 4-pack for the Mirage. This is the Mirage, we'll say, undercover 4-pack. They all have hats and coats, and it comes from the Mirage Comics line. And there weren't many things to really say other than they couldn't do the guns that in some of the comics that they had. You get various comic-specific accessories, the pocket watch. You get the safe that says Quentin Savings and Loan. I really like the design of that. That's nicely done. Well painted for a safe of anything. All the turtles, and especially to look at the bullet hole right there in the hat, that's pretty cool. They're just really nice. If you're a fan of the Mirage Comics line, say no more. These are probably going to be for you. Just the looks, the attitude that these figures bring. You have the brass knuckles. All of it is just fantastic. So these, again, much like with the Stan Sakai Turtles, along with Shote, definitely up my alley. These are all coming soon, part of the Target Holothon. Then you have the Transmat Fugitoid. It's when they get sucked out back into outer space from the TCRI building. So you have that green tone. And then you have April O'Neil version 2. She will be part of the Target Holothon. To the TMNT monsters, those I'm really stoked will be continuing along with the Shredder. The Shredder is Dracula, so just keep that in mind. It looks fantastic. They did a great job on this guy. I love that he's holding a dead rat. The paint, the cape, everything. That is very well done and really fitting, especially the slashes across his face, very much evoking the slashes of Splinter from the old TMNT movie. Well done. Now, do keep in mind, here is the box art for Shredder as Dracula. Here is also the barcode when it starts to hit store shelves. I gotcha. I'm always keeping an eye out for you guys. But get this. There will be 3 separate releases for Shredder as Dracula. So just keep this in mind. You have the normal, everyday Shredder that we already looked at. That will be Shredder Dracula #1. He's already available for pre-order. I'll put all the pre-order links down in the description below. You know this by now. The other 2 will have the Target exclusive Shredder as Dracula, all in red, that evokes the Bram Stoker's movie with Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman, that kind of thing. So it has more of a red armor. You know what I'm talking about. Target loves their red. And wouldn't you know it, the more blue, black, purplish armor with the gold trim will be a Walmart exclusive. So just keep that in mind. Those will all be coming soon, along with this sucker right here, which is the Krang and Krang Android for the Universal Monsters X TMNT line. James Groman had a little hand in designing this. I'd say that it is right up his alley with all these fantastic imagery that he provides. I love it. That is a throwback to all those old monster movies combined with the Metaluna Mutant. That's amazing. That's one of my favorite reveals that they did, along with this one. This one's a little bit more Ray Harryhausen. You got a little bit of Cyclops. You got two-headed monster action. This one being purple and orange. Donatello, Michelangelo, teeth aplenty. The paint is beautiful. That's just a lot of fun. That is very cool. If you're a fan of the Universal Monsters X TMNT line, yeah, you're probably going to like this. I just like how they're continuing it. And here's the alternate head portrait for the Michelangelo head. So you get a little Cyclops action. Well done. These are incredible. Now, to get out of TMNT for a while, we're going to need a bigger boat because we have some Jaws offerings coming. So we have Quint and Hooper. At least we got 2 so far. Hopefully more to come. Various accessories for each. Beer cans, the bag, the spear. You get the idea. If you like Jaws, these will probably be right up your alley. But that being said, while humans are fun and all, you need something to eat the humans, and that's where Jaws the game will come in. Now, this is Jaws. As you can clearly see, the shark is painted beautifully. It comes with all this trash and garbage that the shark can actually eat. It's a game, basically, but very cool how they've incorporated it into an action figure form and a game. Perhaps that's the way that they could do it. That's the way that they're licensed to do it. But in either case, I think a lot of people are definitely stoked. So you can see that one wrong move and the jaws go snap. And I love that. The game of Jaws. What's better than something like that? So well done on the Jaws front. I have a lot of friends who are Jaws fanatics. They are going fanatical for this. Already pre-ordered it. Again, if you want it, pre-orders down below. But yeah, that's a pretty cool shark, I have to say. Well done. Now, moving on, we have some, we'll say, Tunie Terrors cartoon sort of style for Batman DC Comics. This is more so aligned so far is just to say and kind of gauge the audience reaction for Damian Wayne, maybe a bit more burly Batman a la TDKR. You have Catwoman in purple and then more Batman the animated series. But what say you on something like this? Again, it's not guaranteed that they're going to be making these. It's more of just like, hey, just put this out there. Would you like to see us do more DC Comics in this style? You can comment below and let me know your thoughts. I, for one, it's not for me. But hey, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would definitely love these. Now, moving on to the Ben Cooper Halloween Mask Kids line, we got plenty of new offerings to talk about. First and foremost, we are going to the dreaded Planet of the Apes. That looks pretty great, I have to say. This line, I have to say, it lends itself so well to everything. You could do anything with this. Put any mask, any property, and Neca Toys is definitely running with it. Like Return of the Living Dead with the Tarman. It's horrifying. It scared the heck out of me as a little kid. You get a brain bucket this time around. I love that. That is so cool. They're changing up the buckets. That's another great aspect. Because largely it's been a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin bucket or a bag, a pillowcase. Now that would be cool to see. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. This is one that I absolutely have to have. I think that that looks fantastic. The box is awesome. The artwork is awesome. Just the idea of the Godzilla mask kid, well done. Look at that artwork right there. That is so cool. Love that right there. The smock costume has Godzilla. You got the mask, a little bit of fire coming out the mouth. Well done. That's really a lot of fun. Likewise with Jaws. We were just talking about Jaws. Now we got the Ben Cooper Jaws kid. This one really stands out. I like the blues. It's very 70s, 80s. I love it. I think they did a great job. And again, much like the Godzilla, you got shark mouth and everything else. I'm totally Digging that. Then we have the Fly. This one looks great. The bucket is the fly chamber, right? The little transmorpher device. That's awesome. Think about that movie and think about when he vomits on the guy's hand, it just dissolves. Well done. I love the Fly. So there you go. That's the new rollout for the upcoming Ben Cooper Halloween kids. They're also tackling Terrifier. Now, Terrifier will see Ultimate figures, and then you'll also have the Tunie Terrors. These are terrifying. I've only seen bits and pieces of the first one so far. I need to see the rest. I know there's a trilogy. I know they're gross, they're bloody, they're disgusting. One of these days, I will sit down and definitely watch it. But yeah, these are the facial expressions alone on everything. Clearly in the vein of the name Terrifier. They are gruesome. You got the little girl with the severed head of Art the Clown. Yeah, Neca Toys is having fun. The idea of Art the Clown as Santa Claus for the third movie, Neca Toys has captured that perfectly. It's unsettling, it's horrifying, it's every bit what you want to see from Art the Clown as Santa Claus if you are a fan of these movies, and if you are, you're sick, you're disgusting, but I still love you because everybody likes what they likes, but it's kind of hard to watch sometimes, not gonna lie. But these right here, coming from that and then showing you this is going to be the new Chucky blind bags line, which has a lot of application to it. Yes, they are blind bags, which is, but people are very much into it. It's not what I like. So it's what a lot of people out there definitely like their blind bags. So there are going to be many different figures to collect, all of which is the various destructions of the Chucky doll over this number of years from Charles Lee Ray. And there's a chance you could just get the normal one. As you can clearly see, it will have some articulation amidst these figures. So I definitely like that. You can get the tied up Hannibal Lecter one. It's just wild. These are very interesting, and I like that they made them into action figures. They are going to be something that I think people who are Child's Play fans, Chucky fans will definitely like. This will probably end up being the chase, which, look at that. I mean, look at the face and the chainsaw and the blood. So these are all coming soon, sometime in 2025. So stay tuned if you like Chucky. Now, moving on to Beetlejuice. We're going to be getting action figures from the new movie. Again, these will be fully articulated, all the ultimate action that you'd like. Beetlejuice in the striped suit from the new movie, along with baby Beetlejuice, which that was definitely an odd scene, but people seem to kind of like it. Wasn't for me, but overall, I liked the new movie. We also have the wedding tuxedo Beetlejuice. Yep, he's wearing that again. He's got his marriage agreement that is very, very long. You have it signed there by Lydia. I'm hoping eventually they do make Lydia. There's never enough Lydias for this, or any other character. That's what I would like to see. We already have this Beetlejuice. This Beetlejuice is already starting to hit store shelves, Walmart specifically. Some Targets have been getting them as well. And then you have the playset. This was a NECA store online exclusive, Dante's Inferno Room. It is a rather large playset. It has lights. It comes with the exclusive, we'll say, spiked out, horny Beetlejuice. You get it. But to see it on display, it makes for a great display, so keep an eye out. Coming soon, it should be shipping out. And then there is going to be other various parts and pieces. They said they don't know exactly what they're going to be doing with this. Maybe an accessory pack, maybe something later along the line. So no real answers just yet. But you got all the various landmark accessories that make up the Beetlejuice movies. So in totality, I would say that they all look really well done, really well painted, well sculpted. Adam and Barbara, you got their tombstones. That'd be great to get the Maitlands. That'd be cool. But I like that we're getting Delia's sculptures. Those always terrified me as a kid, especially when that thing sat upright and then it just kind of walks around. It was terrifying. As dumb as it sounds now, but yeah, that thing was really cool. The minister, along with the really cool stretched out doorway, he should be coming soon, some way, shape, and form. I love it. They did a fantastic job with them. He's got the book. Like I said, he's got that really cool when it stretches out, elongates, goes very Tim Burton. You have the sculpture of Beetlejuice's head. You got the shrimp cocktail that the hands come out and they grab all the guests, throw them back. More sculptures from Delia. And then this is interesting. It's the snake that Beetlejuice turns into. I'm wondering if this could be a potential bendy wire, something like that. But the head portrait at the end of it is all kinds of terrifying, which leaves us with the best thing ever. Now, I talked about this when they started talking about Beetlejuice again. We need a sandworm, and Neca Toys has definitely delivered. The colors, the blue on the black and white with the red eyes, and then you got the head within the other head, a la Xenomorph. That is awesome. That looks fantastic. So again, if you're liking these, comment below. Let them know what you think about all these upcoming, hopefully, fingers crossed, Beetlejuice accessories. Moving on, we have a new toy line, which doesn't have a name just yet, but it is a very colorful toy line. It's a collaboration between Neca Toys and Kid Robot. These are by Tony Pepesh. They are colored by Jeff Trapp, and they're just kind of vinyl figures with swap out masks. And I think that that is cool. If this is your type of thing, you like trick-or-treaters, you like Halloween, it's a little bit more colorful, it's a lot more vibrant and fun. Again, they don't have a name set in stone just yet. Really just kind of, hey, these are coming soon. What do you think? Trick-or-treat bags in hand. Very cool. Just something different, something interesting, and we can always appreciate that, especially for a toy fair. But I like that the unmasked heads have just like the googly eyes, and you can swap everything else. So let me know what you think. Moving on, we have some Alien news in the sense that it was revealed during Toy Fair. The pre-orders are up as well. This is the Xenomorph, the original, but based on the new movie Alien Romulus. It's a new body. It's built from the ground up. It does look amazing in person. I don't think that it photographs well for whatever reason that makes any sense, but in person, I feel like it looks different. It just looks like a 2025 version of what NECA's been doing all these years, but in the best of ways. So if you like it, you can grab it. Again, not a big fan of Alien Romulus, I thought, but I heard that there's alternate deleted scenes, because of course there are with all these movies these days, but yeah, apparently there was supposed to be a lot more of the original Alien. Speaking of aliens, we are going to be getting the Metaluna Mutant. This is another one that was revealed during Toy Fair. It was on display. All kinds of fantastic colors, full articulation. They created this thing to the nines. I love the big brain. You got the eyes, all the veins, the mouth. Yeah, everything looks really solid, but I think one of the most important aspects is that they designed it in a way that it looks like a dude in the suit, and that's cool to me. It's kind of like what Super 7 does with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It is a character, but I like it that it looks like a guy in a suit. That's really cool to me. And then you have the Bride of Frankenstein, the monster, being, of course, Frankenstein himself. So he's going to come with some different aspects, different parts and pieces that make it so that this is that version of Frankenstein. And he looks pretty darn cool, if you ask me. He's got a lighter paint scheme, more of a gray tone to him. The monster is looking all kinds of fancy. The box looks great. These are, again, all coming soon. No set time, no set dates, nothing like that. But usually how it goes, you see it at Toy Fair, you give it about 6-7 months down the road. But in either case, we will know more at San Diego Comic-Con. Now, for fans of the Phantom of the Opera, we have the Red Death. He looks pretty darn cool. All the details of the costume. You have his awesome snake staff. It's twisting around, bite the skull. They did a awesome job. No details just yet. Expect this guy later on in the year, but through and through, yeah, that's a pretty menacing looking action figure. And on the cool scale, we have Dr. Jack Griffin, aka the Invisible Man. This is the Kemp House version. He is up for pre-order on Target for those of you in the know and those of you who want to be in the know, but he comes with 12 accessories, from advanced chemistry books to hands. and tons of extra head portraits. So if you want this new Dr. Jack Griffin, the ultimate action figure for the Invisible Man, look no further. I'll put the links down in the description below. Now, moving back to the Ninja Turtles, and this is kind of wild. So you kind of have to think of the 90s TMNT movie, the Jim Henson one. There was never a Bebop and Rocksteady, but through the reveals of Pixel Dan for Toyfair this year, they showed off the movie realized Bebop and Rocksteady. Kind of like a what if, which is exactly what I've been asking for, because I thought all these cool TMNT characters would be so rad in that style. I think that the reception has largely been mixed. I'm kind of on that end of, yeah, looks pretty cool. I totally dig it. If anything, I would dirty them up a little bit more. I think that's really it, to kind of meet with that style. If you look back at that old movie, The Turtles, the look of how the movie just portrayed them, everything else, they're a little bit too brightly colored. That's where I think it could be muted a little bit more. That's where I would be at. Rocksteady, with the eyes, I think look a little bit too cartoonish. Maybe dumb that down just a little bit, make it more of a kind of cold, lifeless rhino. It's kind of a mixed bag, right? I'm not really critiquing it too heavily because I actually do enjoy these. They look a little bit too in that style of Michael Bay in a way, right? Especially with Bebop, but I think they're on the right track. Maybe a couple tweaks here and there, but I like this. I like this idea. Gives me hope for characters like Leatherhead or Baxter Stockman. That would be wild. But this is a lot of fun because let's be honest, there's only so many characters left to make for the 90s TMNT movie. So do something fun. And I think that this is where it's at. But this would just be the start of something amazing to see all those unique TMNT characters like a Triceraton. Wouldn't mind that. But yeah, I'm very curious to see where this goes, and I'm excited to add these to my 90s movie collection. Now, as you may know, I'm not a huge fan of the last Ronin comic book. I still haven't read The Lost Years, so I can't really go off of that other than it's just the sequel series. But Neca really does a great job with their last Ronin figures. They're beautiful to look at. They are sculpted works of art. And that, if anything, is my favorite aspect of the comic books. So we have a ton of new Last Ronin / Lost Years action figures coming. Again, you look at the sculpted details on these things. They are amazing. They're a sight to behold. They really put 110% into the sculpt, the paint, the looks, the details, the accessories. You never sit there and go, man, they're missing this. Man, they're missing that. Now, we all know Neca Toys will release 12 variants and looks and everything else, which you got to do something with those molds. They're not just one-off. And as we travel down here, we have the newly released Granny April with her turtles. Then we have Casey Marie with Baby Uno and Baby Odin. There's some candle accessories, some hand accessories, everything that you need. So they're a little bit more deluxe in the price, but you do get 3 articulated action figures. And then we have yet another Michelangelo Last Ronin. See what I mean about 12 releases for that type of character? I think I'm good on Michelangelos, but the Last Ronin collection is really shaping up to be amazing. Now, for me personally, I'm a huge fan of the Archie TMNT comics of the 90s. We have a brand new reveal. They've kind of teased it, but we are getting April O'Neil as the 5th Ninja Turtle. This comes from a special edition comic of the Archie series, of which she was briefly the 5th turtle. It looks awesome. I'm very excited. I like the facial expressions. It looks fantastic. But if you look in the back, we have Screw Loose, which I could not be happier. Sans the rock. We know that he comes with a rock to throw, right? He's not holding it this time. His partner in crime, Wingnut, which I cannot wait for. We are one step closer to completing the Mutanimals. Heck yes. We're just left with Leatherhead in his more traditional attire at this point. Coming over to the arena, Stump Arena, we have a very, we'll say, not only muscular, but a very well-endowed Ace Duck. And you want your Ace Duck to be well-endowed. I'm just saying, you look at the old artwork, you go, you know, you gotta have him packing a little heat. He's already done the smackdown on Leatherhead, but man, oh man, I tell you, if they can get something lined up where they release that Stump Arena, I would not mind that at all. Then we have the recently released, he's in Walmart stores now, just first to market, the Shredder Krang, and the upcoming cover blue variant edition of Belly Bomb. Cannot wait to have him. But that all being said, I got to do an exclusive reveal through Neca Toys for Toy Fair 2025 in the form of the cartoon series of Robo Toka and Robo Razar, or Razar, whichever you want to say it. But I like the accessories that these come with. They're very mechanical, and I love that. I think that that came out just fantastic on each of them. Now, they're going to have various accessories, which, of course, you'll definitely need that. The paint looks stellar. The designs are by SNZ Toys on Instagram. Please go and check them out. He teamed up with Neca Toys, which is all kinds of fantastic. But the face sculpts, everything else are great. No word just yet on their exact release date, but when they are released, yes, they will be a Target store exclusive because they are part of the cartoon line. When asked, hey, what about characters much needed like Tempestra? A little wink and a smile. I'm just going to tell you that just be patient. They've been hearing you. They know they're going to complete the line, so it's just a matter of time, but it would not be surprising to me if we see a Tempestra eventually. And that's all that we're looking for, is that, yes, we can have our Night of the Rogues nice and complete. But in the meantime, like I said, to have a little fun, to do stuff kind of in the what if for the cartoon line, I'm all about that. So, coming soon, Toka and Razar. Thank you so much, Neca Toys, for having me do the reveal. Now, before we wrap, let's talk about the Target Holathon offerings from Neca Toys. All of these are first to market, except for the cartoon TMNT. We all know that by now. What, 7 years running for that toy line, that amazing toy line? Kicking it off with the top shelf, we have the black and white variant of Casey Jones, followed by the Mirage Comics Turtles Disguise Pack. That's the 4-pack that we previously talked about in this video. You can see them all clearly on the back side. And then we have the black and white version of the Elite Guard, the Foot Elite Guard. So 2 black and white editions, and then the Mirage Turtles Disguise 4-pack. So write that all down because you're definitely going to need that. The next shelf down, we have 4 offerings, all of which, again, they're just first to market. The first one being Pee Wee Herman, as you can clearly see in the box. We also have Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. So this will be that new figure, looking all kinds of creepy inside the box. We have the Wedding Tuxedo Beetlejuice, which is from the new movie Beetlejuice. Just keep that in mind. And from the Sesame Street line, Count Von Count, featuring the number 2. So get ready for him. The next shelf down, Target exclusive, as we all know. First and foremost, we have Crouching Panda Hidden Turtles. Of course, alluding to the great Panda Khan. He is making a return. The next, directly from the cartoon show, Creepy Eddie and Shibano Sama, which they were revealed at New York Comic Con, and they look oh so awesome. Start shredding the news with the Turtle Booers Club. What fantastic artwork. Aaron, you've outdone yourself. But yes, the ultimate new Shredder, version 2, with all his accessories, including the chef's hat. Cannot wait for this guy. Followed by the 2-pack of Tattoo and Worm. Those are looking equally as awesome. And the last, with designs from my good friend Work More or Less, we have 2 Scoops of Evil featuring the Dark Leonardo. So you can see everything that he comes with. Looks oh so good. And then, yeah, we're going back to the Mirage Turtles. Now, keep in mind, again, these are just, you guessed it, first to market. I don't have a singular photo of him, but the first one there will be the Classic Colors Foot Elite Assassin. So You probably already have one, but now he's in his classic Mirage colors, basically the reds. You also have Handyman Donatello, which looks awesome. Again, I love these kinds of takes on the Turtles. They make for great action figures. We have my obvious favorite, and you can see a video review of him now on my channel. We have Old Man Raphael, which is just a wonderful figure if you know your Puma Blues. Next up, we have Hunter Leonardo, which I'm very stoked on getting, but this one right here, version 2 of April O'Neil. She looks fantastic. You got a couple major Easter eggs in there with the little Utrom. That's awesome. Cannot wait to have him. And then the Shredder returns once again, the battle damage Shredder, which you probably already have, but now he's in his classic colors. So you get the red version. So this may not be the only offerings, but this will be primarily the offerings. Of course, things can always change, but yeah, there's a lot. So prepare your wallets for battle. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you so much for tuning in to my Toyfair NECA Toys booth coverage. A lot of stuff. And as always, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Comment below. Let me know. Let's talk everything NECA Toys for the year 2025. Like I said, we'll know more at the upcoming San Diego Comic-Con in July. And until then, I will leave you guys with that. I'll talk to you all soon. Adios.